One of the best parts about this channel is hearing other people talk about the music they're passionate about, especially when it's something I don't know or haven't heard of. And that's what we're talking about today. Ryan, Mariah, and I have 5 hair metal songs you need to hear right after this.
The hair metal guru from Warren to Crew. The hair metal guru. Never forget Charlie too.
Welcome to the Hair Metal Guru. My name is Anthony. They call me the Guru, and holy shit, we got Ryan and Mariah back for the attack because we're talking about 5 hair metal songs that you need to hear. And with that, Mariah, it's been a while, but it is always great to have you on. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, it always is wonderful being here. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk some good music.
Awesome, awesome. And Ryan, the vocalist for Metalcast. I've been playing the shit out of the debut Metalcast CD. Ryan, welcome back to the show, and tell me how it's going with upcoming Metalcast music.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. It's always great. This is round 2 for us for these 5 random songs. It's going great. We have another song I just did vocals on, and it's like the first real creation of the potential second album. Now, I'm sure we'll do the same thing, just release them one at a time, and then when we get 10 or 12 or whatever, throw them on a CD, and that's that. But
Awesome.
Still cranking them out, dude. It sounds cool.
Awesome. Hold on, let me get a drink of water from my
Oh,
Guru
my.
tumbler that
Damn,
I
this-
got. So
Look at that. Fancy.
This dude who does the Tough merchandise, and he added me on Facebook, and I'm like, fucking hey man, that's cool. And he's like, hey, let's work. So anyway, I ordered 8 of them, so I'm not sure. Like, I don't even know what to charge for them or fucking shipping, but
Yeah.
anyway, show off one of those. So if you're interested, inbox me and we'll figure something out. But
Yeah. Mark me interested.
all right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome. Okay, so 5, and I don't know what route you guys took. I tried to pick some obscure stuff. I went for one new song, but there was no rules or regulations. But I tried. It was just I was like, hey, something that I've been digging on lately, and something that I was kind of going for that I don't think people are talking about, maybe it's a little bit more obscure. So that was the route I took in coming up with these 5 songs. So
Yeah, I kind of just went on the 5 most like obscure on my on repeat list, like the stuff I've been listening to the most, the stuff that's showing up at the top of my Spotify. I just went with the more obscure hair metal from the top of what I'm listening to.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And this shit's always on my mind. So like after last time I was like, oh, I should have done this. I should have done this.
Yeah.
So I kind of got those in there, which is cool.
Okay. All right, we are going to go like this. We are going to go Mariah, Ryan, myself. Mariah, what's your number 5 hair metal song that these people need to hear?
Yeah, my number 5, it's one I know you're a fan of, and it is Clock Strikes by Wildside.
Oh shit.
Killer. Yeah.
That's one of the best songs on there. I love that song, but I don't feel like anybody ever talks about it, even when they're talking about Wildside. I love the live version, the studio, it's so good.
That I love that. I mean, that album is so all killer, no filler. But I think that would rate up there in my top couple songs on that album. It's unbelievable. Clock Strikes. Oh shit, awesome.
The energy is so good on it. The amount of energy they have on either version is so good, and it just makes you like, you can't be upset when that's playing. You're having a great day.
I always said that I thought Wildside Under the Influence was like combining the best of Skid Row and Guns N' Roses into one band.
That's a good comparison, especially Skid Row.
Yeah.
Trying
Well,
to,
totally. All right.
Yeah.
trying to look at that other album that as you were talking about it, I was trying to think of the album track listing on the album they released that has like formerly known as Young Guns.
Yep.
And there's that song called City of Love.
Okay.
That's the other one that, like, because it always kind of correlated with that song for some reason, but that's another Wildside one that people probably don't know. That is not my number 5. I'm just saying,
Yep.
like piggybacking on hers, like Clock Strikes is so killer, and that other album is so good with City of Love, dude.
Yeah, that's like unreleased Wild Side stuff. And shit, I don't know if you have the track listing, but there's a
Yeah.
ballad. What the fuck is it called?
On Under the Influence or on the other one?
On the other one. Okay, oh, Cold December Morning. Cold
Mm.
Oh,
December
I've heard that
Morning.
one. You recommended that to me. That was amazing.
It's not on Under the Influence, so it was either a track that didn't make it on the album or something that they worked on after Under the Influence. Cold December Morning. I mean, Drew Hanna, now he goes by Drew Rose. His fucking vocals are just so unique and original, and I'm turning down the fucking heat in here. Um, so anyway, I'm all about Clock Strikes. I'm all about everything on Under the Influence. But if you want something that else from Wildside that you probably never heard, Cold December Morning. Okay.
I
Awesome.
second that.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right. With that, Ryan, what's your number 5?
All right, here's where I got the band Fate, 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 and they're a Danish band, if I recall. The song is a very funny title. It's called Beneath the Coconuts, apostrophe DA, Beneath the Coconuts. It's off their album called Cruisin' for a Bruisin' from 1988. And Fate is one of those bands I discovered like within the last 10 years. And they have like 4 albums in the heyday, and they really, really produce. It's like straight ahead. It's like a cleaner Brighton rock. I've just
Okay.
always kind of think that they're fairly similar. They're you can tell like English is their second language, and they kind of like play with the English language a little bit and like want to sound like really California, like really American, you know. So it's kind of you could tell. But beneath the coconuts, the chorus is like, wait, where did this come from, dude? It's I don't know if it's like really ahead of its time or really corny, but it's really catchy. So check out Fate if you're not familiar with that band, and you will not be disappointed. It's like from 85 to 92. They just kill it.
I know I've heard of them, but
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you anything.
Yeah, they're like a Spotify discovery, you know, like in the last 10 years where Spotify would suggest things. And usually I'm like, if I haven't heard of it by now, and now I'm like, oh shit, like I gotta pay attention to that kind of thing. Like
Sure.
that's where I learned about Stage Dolls, to be honest. Like I probably always had them, and then I was like,
Ooh.
oh, give them a shot. And they're also awesome.
Mariah, have you ever heard Stage Dolls?
I've heard of the name. I don't know if I know
Oh,
much.
Love Cries. Holy fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have to look into that.
Okay. All right. My number 5, and this might be something that it was fairly popular, and everybody knows the band Thunder. But
Mhm.
when I was in high school, I remember fucking listening to Q98. I was working at a 4-H camp, and I'm driving out to work, and I'm like, I hear this AC/DC guitar riff on this song called Dirty Love.
Mm.
And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I never bought like cassette singles because they were like $2.50 and you only got 2 songs. So I was always trying to buy albums. Anyway, some of us at the 4-H camp went out to Fargo to the record store, and I bought the Dirty Love cassette single. Well, later on, I would get the CD. It's Backstreet Symphony. It came out in 1990 on Geffen, and it is fucking great. She's So Fine got some radio play. They did
Yeah.
a kick-ass cover of the old 60s song. Now I can't remember who it's by, but it's called Gimme Gimme Some Lovin'. You hear it on fucking every Vietnam movie. But
Yeah.
their version is kick-ass. And there's a ballad called Love Walked In that is amazing. But that
Huge.
AC/DC-ish guitar riff on Dirty Love just grabs me every time. And the reason I put it on this list is because I just played it on Hair Metal Mansion like a week or two ago. And I was like, fuck, I forgot how great this song is. So, damn it, if you have not listened to Dirty Love by Thunder, that's my number 5.
Yeah, what a great album. Great choice. The hair metal bad company.
That's a great description. And they were from Great Britain. They never really broke over here, but they were huge over there.
Yeah.
So,
That happens sometimes.
yeah. So, okay, we are moving on to our number 4s. Mariah, what's your number 4?
Yeah, number 4, I have from their 2022 album
Ooh,
called Digital Noise Alliance, I have Forest by Queensryche.
Oh,
wow.
It's a bit of a slower song. It is so good.
called
I like
Forest.
Forest, yeah.
Forest.
Forest, yeah. It's weird. I feel like since that song has come out, I go through phases of listening to it where I'll listen to it a whole bunch and then I kind of stop. And then I was like, oh yeah, I love that song. And then I'll listen to it a whole bunch. It's such a good song. It's a bit of a slower song. But it's really good. I would highly recommend everyone to listen to it.
So that would be with Todd Latore on vocals, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because yeah, okay. I mean, if it's by
Yeah,
Queen,
20, yeah,
I'm not Mr. Queensryche by any means, but okay.
Damn,
yeah,
that's
it
cool.
doesn't sound maybe like it doesn't sound like it would belong on, one of their big albums,
Yeah.
like from, the 80s and 90s
Right.
necessarily, but uh yeah, it's such a great song. It was a surprise when I listened to it and then I was like, "Holy shit, I'm gonna play that again." That was great.
Okay.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
All right.
my number 4.
Good
Queensryche
suggestion.
Forest. All right, I'm gonna check that
Yeah.
shit out. Okay. Ryan, what's your number 4?
All right, this is where I got Jeff Paris doing a song called State of the Heart off of the Lucky This Time album from 1993. And I could have chose anything on this album, including Lucky This Time, which was made really famous by Mr. Big from on Lean Into It, which is my favorite on that album. And Jeff Paris kills it on this one. And that dude has a good catalog of material. He was known as a songwriter for Y&T and Cinderella. But I think that's kind of like where he made it, in other words, but whatever. But yeah, there's a song called like "Can't Let Go" off his '86 album. It's huge, catchy, very like Vixen Starshipy, really.
Yeah.
I think he wrote "Crying" too, which was the Vixen song. I thought Richard Marx did
That's
that
a
one,
good
but
one.
maybe he did "Edge of a Broken."
I think Richard Marx did Edge of a Broken Heart, but I
Yeah,
know I'm not an expert on Jeff Paris, but I know of like very pop rock.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is like that. This album is very like soundtrack hard rock.
Yeah.
And like this song is called State of the Heart, and you'll be like, okay, I get it. So Lucky This Time is the album, and it's damn good. It's definitely my favorite of his.
Okay. All right. Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is kick ass because I sit here and fucking what was the name of that song again?
State of the Heart.
State of the Heart. I'm like,
I
okay,
know, I'm writing them down.
I got to write this
It's
The
down.
ones I don't know, and I don't know that one, so I wrote that one down.
Yeah.
Heart and Queensryche Forest. Okay, and we are moving on to shit. We are moving on to my number 4. Okay,
Moving along.
I interviewed Jason McMaster from Dangerous Toys recently, and right about the time I was interviewing him, he had just released not really an EP, but kind of like a single, a 2-song single by a project that he called Hot Shot. And so it's Jason McMaster on vocals, and it's Paul Lydell from Dirty Looks on guitar. And they had worked together in a band called what was it? Broken Teeth. They
Yeah.
put out
Yeah.
a bunch of albums in the late 90s, early 2000s called Broken Teeth. And I still think they are technically together. But they had these couple songs laying around that they put out as Hot Shot. And the song you need to listen to is called Catwalk. And I mean, all I should really have to say is if you like Dirty Looks and Dangerous Toys and you think combining them would kick ass, which I think it would, fucking Catwalk is unbelievable. It's very rare that I go back and replace like songs on Hair Metal Mansion. There's songs I've played multiple times, but I played Catwalk 3 out of 4 weeks because I'm like, fuck. Well, number
Wow.
one, how the hell do you break a new song unless
Right.
somebody in radio says, I'm going to keep playing this until people start listening to it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
that's how
did.
that works.
So I did that with Catwalk. I've probably played fuck Mighty Fine Lady by
Oh, yeah.
Firehouse. Played that
That's
a
a
few
good one.
times. But so there's two songs by Hot Shot. Listen to Catwalk. The other one is Digging for Diamonds. It is awesome. If you like Dirty Looks or Dangerous Toys, it'll be right up your alley. Catwalk is my number 4.
Nice, dude. Yeah, they're great.
Oh shit! You would, I shit you not. And like I'll share, like on Twitter, I kind of live tweet Hair Metal Mansion, and I'm like, you got to, and people are like, holy shit! Listen, that song is amazing. Anyway,
Awesome.
people love it. So, all right,
That's
Yeah.
good.
Check
Hey,
that
that's
band
what you
out.
want. That's what you want to hear.
hell yeah,
Yeah. After your interview, I checked that band out. So
yeah,
it works, you know?
yeah.
They're good.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we are moving on to our number threes. Mariah, what's your number 3?
Yeah, my number three came out in 2008, I believe, and the most common, the most not common, most popular band on my list. It's Motley Crue, The Animal and Me, off of Saints of Los Angeles.
Mhm.
I
Wow,
love that song. That's in my top 10 Motley Crue songs, probably.
Wow.
wow.
Yeah,
The Animal and Me.
yeah, it's a great tune.
I bought that album right when it came out, and here was my honest impression was I was like, they're trying to do the right thing. It was
Yeah.
sleazy, gritty, hard rock. But I listened to it a couple times and I just thought nothing grabbed me. Maybe I didn't give it enough of a chance. So that was my initial thoughts of Saints of Los Angeles anyway.
Oh, that's fair. I gave it a couple. The first time I was like, and as I keep going more and more, and I've gotten some people into that. I've gotten a friend that lives real close to me into the title track. He really likes the title track because to
Right.
me that feels very like, kind of like their old stuff to me, but like
Right.
not in a rip off way. Some of the other stuff, I'm like,
Sure.
that kind of does, but I like a lot of it, but I feel like The Animal and Me is a really really good song, and I just like the way it goes. I like the lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my
Cool.
number
I'll
3.
Ryan, do you have
refresh.
any thoughts on that song or Saints of
Um,
Los Angeles?
yeah, like I like that song. The title track I really liked, and I don't know it well enough anymore to be able to rap off titles or song titles. So I'd have to go back and check that one out. But there were like 3 that I was like, okay, okay, okay. But for the most part, I thought they were, yeah, again, trying a little too hard to be Papa Roach, Motley Crue, and I was like, you know,
Oh, interesting. I would have made that. It just kind of felt like they were trying to talk a bit more about the past. But honestly,
yeah,
I'll take that over trying to be something completely different that doesn't make sense. I mean, there were
yeah,
some that didn't work for me
Yeah.
off of it, but
yeah,
those two and a couple others, those two I really like. They're very much on the rotation.
I
cool.
just looked because Motley's doing that Vegas residence now,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and like I think it's like a 5,000 seat place, something like that. And not like all of the shows that are like they played, I think 2 shows. All of the remaining 8 shows still have seats left. And I mean, you would think 5,000, like they were just on the stadium tour, but I think people have heard a lot. Vince had a stroke. I did a video about the show he did in New York not too long ago it was a solo show that looked really rough.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyway, I'm not trying to shit on Motley Crue because I love Motley Crue, but it just, you know, I don't
yeah,
They're
brutal.
kind of,
having a tough time of things, and
yeah,
yeah, I mean, you're getting older too.
yeah,
Tough.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Ryan, what's your number 3?
Number 3 is a band called Sinatra, like Sinatra, but with a Z. And the song is called Candyman. And it's off the album The Great Escape from 1990. They're a Dutch band, and they are pop metal wonderful. They toughen it up a little bit, but this song, when you hear the chorus, you will not stop singing it. It's so simple, but it's so damn good. And they have a few albums from that. I think their first is 88 or 89, and then this one from 90. Just look at the album cover. You're going to be like, yep, that's up my alley. But yeah, this song, Candyman, awesome shit.
Okay. I've heard of them,
Yeah,
Sinatra,
yeah,
but I don't know that I've listened to them.
it's worth it, dude, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know that I have either. I have heard of them because that name is that name is pretty memorable.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Yeah,
once
it's
you
cool.
hear it, it's not one that goes out of your mind quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. My number three. Okay. I there's a list of 5 or 6 albums that I've just gone out of my way to promote since I started this channel. Wild Side was one of them. Sleaze Bees, McQueen Street, Electric Angels, and one of them was the 1989 album from DAD called No Fuel Left for the Pilgrims. It is fucking amazing. And a lot of people know that because the song Sleeping My Day Away did get some airplay. That thing sold like 250,000 copies. It did okay. But their follow up in 1991, they released the album called Riskin' It All. It came out in October in 91. I mean, it was the fucking everything was going to shit then. Uh, and it's not as good as No Fuel Left for the Pilgrims. There's like 3 kind of bluesy, way too bluesy songs that I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? But there's like 5 or 6 songs that are awesome. And the one I'm going to talk about is called Grow or Pay. And it's not necessarily a ballad, but it's definitely not an up-tempo rock song. It's kind of a mid-tempo song, and the lyrics are kind of serious. And so I'm going to give you a couple so you can get an idea of what it's about. It starts off like this. There was a real thin line between right or wrong in those Walt Disney times when my parents were young. But the line has disappeared and you wonder where it hides and you want to go out, but you stay inside. Like it's kind of dark and
Mhm.
deep. And so then I'm going to give you part of the chorus because then you can tell how much darker it does get. The chorus goes, I got run over by the truth one day, didn't see the red light. Since the accident, I've walked this way. I only did what felt right. But from this day on, it's either grow or pay. I love this song. It's my favorite song on the album. Like I said, there's other really good songs. I'll throw out a couple that you could listen to. Uh, Day of Wrong Moves, Rock and Rock Radar, Disneyland Law, Bad Craziness. It's a solid album, but Grow or Pay is the best album on 1991's Riskin' It All. It's my number 4. My number 3. Fuck, number 3.
Nice. Yeah. Good band, good albums.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Solid shit.
All right. Okay, we are moving on to our number 2s. Mariah, what's your number 2?
Yeah, this is one I know Ryan is a big fan of, and you're right. Rock and Roll's Gonna Save the World by Y&T is my number 2.
All
Ah,
right.
Listen to
That's
that song a
good
lot lately.
shit.
It's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good song. More people should be listening to that.
Yeah, I think I had a Y&T song on the last list. So yeah, awesome. We're
you
pumping
did.
these guys.
What album is
Yeah.
that, or when did that come out?
That's 1984 in Rock We Trust.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So right in the middle of the 80s.
I always felt like what they were like that band that was always just underneath the cusp. I don't think they ever went gold, but they were probably always getting close. They were like that band that would sell 200, 400,000 copies of an album. I don't think they ever went gold. Maybe Ryan knows different, but
I don't think they did either. But it is shocking that they didn't, especially like after the Motley Theater of Pain tour and then they
yeah.
had Summertime Girls. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, they've got to be up there, but I mean, shit, they made a career and a livelihood out of it
Yeah.
for fucking 50 years. So,
Yeah, they did.
They're still going. Fuck.
Yeah.
yeah.
It just feels like I'm probably going to see them in November, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
wow. You won't be disappointed. They're just so good live.
Yeah, no, but it just feels like that was a band that I think is bigger, and then I remember that they actually weren't.
Yeah.
But in my mind, they were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But
true.
yeah, rock and roll's gonna save the world. Highly recommended.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Ryan, what's your number two?
Okay, I'm actually in the 2000s, like Mariah on this one. I couldn't believe it. But
Wow.
this this is a band called Man Rays, and Man Rays consisted of Phil Collen from Def Leppard, obviously, a bass player, I believe, from Girl, and a drummer from the Sex Pistols. And the song is called "I See You in Everything" from 2011, and the album is called Punk Funk Roots Rock, all one word, and it's totally apropos because the album is like the Police, a little bit of Def Leppard, like full punk, and then like really worldy stuff. But this song is I don't even know what category it would fall into, like kind of new, like mainstream rock in 2011 with
Mhm.
a very melodic chorus. And Phil sings lead, and his vocals are very deep voice compared to what you normally hear. And then the chorus is massive, and it's such a catchy song. And for an album in 2011 to really catch my ear, obviously it was pumped because it was my boy Phil, but like I gave it a shot, and I was like, cool, because I like the Police, and I like Sting, and I like some of this punky stuff. So it worked really well. So we can't forget about this band.
What was it called again?
The
The
band
song?
is Man Raised. The song is "I See You in Everything," and it's "I See You in Everything."
Okay. Um, I bought I think the first Man Ray's album because there was a song called Turn It Up. I'm
Mm,
pretty sure that it was called, and I was like, holy fuck. Like you said, it was kind of punky mixed with hard rock
yeah,
and kick-ass vocals, and I love punk, and I was like, damn. So I bought
yeah.
that right away. Now I so is that's not the same. Is that the same album that you're talking about?
I believe it's this one. I think is their second
Okay.
album.
I think
I
because
think.
I think they did have a second album, so yeah. I
Yeah, and I don't own that first one, and I don't think this is streaming. So
okay.
I'm not as familiar with the first one, but this one I really got to know. Like I bought the CD, and I listened to it through and through, and I was pretty damn stoked on the honestly the diversity of it because it was all like the best of random shit that I like. So it
Yeah.
was cool.
Okay. All right.
I'm not familiar with them, but you're not even in the 2000s. You're in the 2010s.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah.
can't believe it. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All
No, but
right.
it's good to, represent stuff from all decades. There's great music in all decades. So
That's right.
Hey, my song from Hot Shot came out in 2025, so take that.
Wow. Gosh, look at you.
mine came out 2023. It's not 2025. It's close though.
Right. All
It's
right.
22 maybe.
My number two, um, there was you may have heard, and Warrant played an epic concert that is on YouTube at a place called Hammerjacks. It's in Baltimore. And Kix is known for like dominating that place. But another band that was like a Hammerjacks regular, like they were the house band for a while, and they were massive in Baltimore and on the East Coast, is a band called Child's Play. And
Mm.
they got a major label deal. I think they formed in like 83 and they were knocking around on the East Coast for a long time and they were massive, but they just couldn't take the next step. So they signed with Chrysalis, which was a subsidiary of Capitol. They put out their debut in June of 90. But in 90, very few bands were breaking. Damn Yankees, and they had Ted and Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades. The only other two that I really remember breaking three in 1990, Slaughter, Firehouse, Trickster.
Yeah.
For bands that would have been associated with this scene. Maybe I'm missing something, but not many were. But Child's Play, so they were too late to the game. Their debut was produced by Howard Benson, who did a ton of fucking hair metal albums that did really well. The song I'm going to talk about is the title track, Rat Race. And it's kind of, and I feel bad saying this, I hear some rap rock in it because
Mm.
it's like the vocals go back and forth between the singer, Brian Jack, and the drummer. And so a lot of times they're just shouting them out, but it's really bouncy, fantastic drums, the shouted vocals in the verses, and then the chorus is just catchy as shit. And if you never heard the song, if you hear it, like it starts off like this, and it's just shouted out. Everybody's talking about AIDS and the president, missiles and communists. Shut up! Oh, and then it fucking gets right into it. It's kick ass.
That's right.
And they have kind of a sad like so the band obviously the debut album break bombs. Brian Jack, their singer, goes on and does a solo album, but you can tell the record label got their hooks into him. It's like, all right, we're gonna make you like fucking Michael Bolton because it's all ballady and shit. It doesn't rock. It bombed, and he ended up dying. I think around 2009. I could be wrong. If you're in the comments, let me know. But it was kind of a sad story because everybody on the East Coast thought Child's Play was going to be the next massive rock band. They weren't, but Rat Race is a kick-ass song. It's my number two.
Nice. I just got re-educated with them with Trevor from the Crash Course because we were doing the roulette wheel and it landed on that. And I was like, fuck, it has been 20 years since I've cranked this CD, which of course I own. And I was like, and he told me all about the Hammerjacks things. And I had no idea they were that big and they'd been around for that long.
What happens on that roulette wheel? Like if you land on an album, like
Oh, yeah. He just loaded like 240 albums on a roulette wheel,
yeah.
really. And it just spins and it lands on random shit. And then you have to, if you don't know it, you just, fuck, I don't know it. But usually you know it, and you're like, oh, yeah, dude. Like, if it's like,
Give your opinion on it and shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Sounds cool. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we are done with the number twos. We are moving on to our number ones. Mariah, what's your number one?
Yeah, so my number one is from 2016. Yeah. And this band put out two albums in the same year. And they recently did it's not quite an anniversary because it's not quite been 10 years, but they released a new vinyl set with the two albums combined, and the album was super cool. It was all gray smoke vinyl, and so I've ordered it. It's coming here, but I've been listening to the albums a lot, and the song is the title track, and it's called "Prayers for the Damned" by off Prayers for the Damned by 6 a.m.
Oh,
So, which is Nikki Sixx's other band, and I wish they would tour because I love everything they've put out. I know the singer doesn't do a lot of singing anymore, but Prayers for the Damned off of Prayers for the Damned from 2016 is phenomenal song. I mean, the whole thing is, and I've been listening to it all the time. And some of the lines I think are really good from that is I'm doing what I can to fight this anger. I'm just the product of a living hell, and I don't want to live like this no more. And everything is crumbling in my head, but maybe I'm not alone. Maybe if you take my hand and I reach up to God, maybe He'll say a prayer for the damned. And there's so many good lines in it. I'm just a creature of a broken past, all looking for a second chance who don't want to live like this no more. And it's, about someone who's kind of at the end of the rope and it's just doesn't feel like there's anything. Maybe if they throw something up there, there'll be something.
those
And
are pretty heartbreaking lyrics. Or fucking dark.
yeah, the lyrics are pretty dark, but it's a really good song. They put out an acoustic version of it that I really like as well. And I don't know if it's been coming up in the shuffle a lot or if I just seeking it out a bunch, but I've been listening to it a lot lately and it's a great tune.
Cool.
I'll say this about 6 a.m. I'm sure I've watched some of their music videos, but I have never, excuse me, fuck, but I have never like sat and listened to an entire album. I probably should, but Yeah.
You should. Their Heroin Diaries album from 2008 is in my top 10 albums of all time.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Love that album.
Ryan, do you have any history with that? That's probably not up here.
No, I've failed Mariah because she has brought them up as a band I should check out in the past, and I never have. I wonder if I'll just get like, oh, it's just too modern rock sounding for me, or if I should just forget that and give it a shot. I will, promise.
That's
There's a lot of good tunes.
I think when I've listened to a little, I'm like, okay, this probably fits in with Disturbed and all that shit, and I could be wrong, but
I
yeah,
don't
it
think
was so
so, really.
modern.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting group of people. James Michael's the singer, DJ Ashba's the guitarist.
Yeah.
He's played with Guns N' Roses and a lot of different people. And then you have Nikki Sixx, and he's done a lot. He did a lot of really good songwriting for them. I mean, that's the name 6 a.m.
Yep.
Ashba Michael is the AM. So
Yep.
uh, yeah, I don't know. I'd check them out.
Okay.
They have a lot of great tunes. That's just one of them.
Well, I have all these songs written down, so I will definitely check it out after this.
Cool.
Okay. Ryan, what's your number one?
All right, this one's from 1994, and it's a band called Frontline, and the song is called Heaven Can't Wait from the album State of Rock. And they're a German band, and another one like Jeff Paris, where I was like, fuck, which song should I choose? So I actually went back through it today, and I was like, oh, this album is so good, dude. And it's from 94, and like the Europeans just didn't care that grunge took over in America, and they just said, nope, we're going to keep
Good.
cranking shit out. And this is as 80s as it gets. I'll tell you what, the singer is like a fraction away from Steve Perry, who I don't really love Steve Perry's voice. I'm not a huge Journey guy. Sorry. There's some Journey that I'm okay with, but I'm not huge into him. But this singer's like a metalized version of Perry, which is obviously way more killer for me. So that's why this band kind of stands out. I bet you anything this guy went on to do like a Journey tribute thing. Right. That's how close he is. He's kind of like Hugo from Valentine. He's right there. But they have some really good albums. This band Frontline, they were very consistent. This is their debut.
Isn't it? It's kind of poppy, like kind of keyboard driven a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like a tasteful background keys, like okay. No piano, no organ, just like Europe type keys.
Hey Ryan, do you know what's better than roses on your piano?
What?
Tulips on your organ.
Amen. Amen, brother.
But if you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying, Mariah. Okay. Right. I know of that album. I know it pops up on my fucking YouTube all the time. If anybody who follows like Danny Wasted on YouTube, and any self-respecting rocker follows Danny Wasted on YouTube, oh my God. He shares every fucking rock record in the history of rock records. So I know I've seen it and I probably listened to it, but all right.
Yeah.
Awesome. I need to check that out. Okay. My number one, and maybe not the first pussy ballad of the night, but it might be the best. I haven't listened to Queensryche's Forest, so I will. And this, another case of too late in the game, but if they had come out earlier, they had all of these, maybe kind of a gimmick band. The band is Bad for Good. And they were a bunch of teenagers. I remember even before Bad for Good happened, reading about this kid, Thomas McLaughlin, in Metal Edge when he was like 11 years old, and people were like, he's a guitar aficionado. See if anybody can spell that. So anyway, Steve Vai gets Thomas McLaughlin and puts this band around him. Brooks Wackerman, who later ended up in what band did he? Suicidal Tendencies, I think he played with. I think he may have did some time in The Offspring. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. And then the singer was a guy named Danny Cooksey. He
Yeah.
had a small role in the movie Terminator 2. And if you remember the old TV show Different Strokes, where those two poor black kids get adopted by this rich white dude, um, when the show started not doing as well, they brought in this stepbrother, and it was Danny Cooksey, and he was kind of an annoying red-haired kid, but he
Yeah.
ended up with this great voice. Anyway, obviously, the songs were written by Steve Vai and some other people. The first single was a cover called 19. It was originally done by Phil Lynott. It is fucking amazing. But the
Amazing.
ballad, There's Nothing Great About a Heartache, is one of my favorite ballads of that entire genre. The lyrics are so amazing. Like I get goosebumps thinking about it. I remember I when I was in college, I used to always make mixtapes or mix CDs for friends, and I always put this on because it was like nobody had ever heard of it. Nobody had heard of this band. And Danny Cooksey really could sing. I've been trying to get him to come on the channel, so I messaged him on Facebook and shit. But anyway, here's some of the lyrics. It starts off like this. Somebody told me I'm supposed to feel this way, that a heart can never reach the peak of truth until it breaks, that you feel nothing until you feel like you're nothing, and that real suffering helps to keep that muscle pumping. Well, I'm beat. Give me back my inexperience, keep the heat, let me pray for deliverance. And then it goes into the chorus, and I'll just give you part of it. The chorus goes like this. There's nothing great about a heartache. There's nothing that I want to learn from all this pain. And I'd rather not feel love than to have to feel this way. Like I'm dying, you've all been lying. Because there's nothing great about a heartache. And it's just talking about, how everybody wants to fall in love, but then you get it broken and you realize, like, holy shit, I never want to go through that again. It's an amazing ballad. I can't pump it enough. The album was decent. There was 19 is amazing. This
Yeah.
ballad is amazing. There's a couple other good songs. Other than that, I thought there was a lot of filler on it. But you can't go, if you like ballads, you need to listen to Nothing Great About a Heartache by Bad for Good. That's my number one.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
I never really went past 19. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but that song is so good. I didn't know it was a cover for years. I
Yeah.
think you
Oh,
told me actually.
yeah.
I
And
don't think I knew it was a cover.
oh,
Yeah.
what a good song that is. Holy shit.
Yeah, I never heard the Phil Lynott song, until like somebody was like, "Oh shit, that's a Phil Lynott song." But
Damn. Yeah.
but that ballad, I kid you not, go listen to it after this. It will
Cool.
floor you. So, all right,
Nice.
that brings us to the end of five. Well, now you have 15 hair metal songs that you need to hear, and we would love it if you went down in the comments. Maybe if you know any of the songs that we are talking about, or give us some songs that you have been listening to that we should check out. I really do try to get in the comments. I know I'm not always great about responding, but I love it when people give recommendations, and I try to check them out. And with that, it's time to say goodbye to our little threesome roundtable. Mariah, it's always a pleasure to have you on. You bring such a great perspective, and it's nice to have a chick on the show from time to time. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's good to be on here. Good to talk great music, and I've got a couple of songs to check out, the ones I didn't know, and I'm always happy when I can, bring up a couple of things that you guys don't know because both of you know a whole lot of music. So I'm like, oh, that.
Awesome. Awesome.
So thank you.
Absolutely. Ryan from Metalcast, thank you for coming on. I have some great songs to listen to too. So Ryan, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you guys. It was awesome, and I'll check out the songs you guys suggested I wasn't familiar with. And yeah, thanks again for having me.
All right. Hey, go in the comments, like I said, and hey, in the description, you'll see Hair Metal Guru merch, and you'll see the link for Hair Metal Mansion that I host every Saturday on Rock 101 KLOL from 6 to 8 Central Time. And hey, like, subscribe, what the hell, ring the bell, and whatever you can do to support the channel. I just appreciate you being here. Until the next video comes out, my name is Anthony. They call me the Guru. Take care of yourselves.